Okay, hey, I am live and we are back with the midweek mindset. And today I am looking at something very close to my heart right now, which is how to find solutions when the world seems to just keep throwing you problems. As you will know if you have watched anything that I've done recently, I am creating 4 new online courses, 3 of which it is scheduled to in my diary to launch on the 5th of October, which is my birthday. And I went and got a sinus infection, which has been not fun. It started in my chest, went very quickly to my sinuses. 2 weeks of just gunk and not sleeping and obviously not being able to speak very clearly. So not great situation to be in when you're trying to record, not being able to speak. So hello to those of you who are here live. Thank you for joining me. I'm here on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So hello, Manish. Thank you for being here. So how do we find solutions when the world keeps throwing you problems? So I had 2 weeks of sinus infection when I was supposed to be recording, to be getting my work done, to be able to get it to my beta testers so I can get it back and edit it and out on the 5th of October. Then finally, I did the recording on Monday. Yesterday, I spent the day uploading into my editing stuff. And then last night, as I was editing, several of the videos weren't showing. And they weren't coming in. Some of them would upload, and then one specific video, of course, the most important one, obviously, and the longest one, which I really don't want to have to re-record, was coming up in the editing suite. But at 3 minutes 20, my face just was like this, and I was stuck in one position, and the recording went on, but I couldn't even see the audio line to be able to edit properly. So last night I just got to the end of it, and this morning it was still there and it was still stuck, and I have finally found my solution. So that is what inspired today's how to find solutions when the world just keeps seeming to be throwing you problems, because I've been stuck in quite a lot of stuff this last couple of weeks. And the way I have coped with it is so much better than I ever would have done in the past. And this is what I want to share with you, because our mindset impacts so much. And yes, I'm a vocal confidence and communication specialist, but so much of what I do, I'm also a coach. And it's about changing your mindset. It's about changing when you're stuck in communication, when you have to have those challenging conversations. I had a conversation this morning. One of my new clients called me saying, I've got this problem. This is what it is. I've got a birthday coming up, and my family, I ask for a quiet day. And what I mean is this, but they still turn up with balloons and it's all overwhelming. And so the problem is seeming this ongoing problem. So how do we find solutions to that? Well, whether it's in communication, whether it's in life, whether it's with really annoying tech, here are my 3 top tips for finding solutions when the world just seems to be throwing you problems. The first one is changing your perspective. So how are you looking at the problem? Where are you coming towards the problem from? Now, we're always coming from our ego, from our expectations. So our expectations are often the thing that kill us, whether that's in personal relationships, in professional relationships, in our trying to get something done. So it's changing your perspective, being able to look at it from a different way and saying, okay, what can I do rather than what can't I do? So that's a really simple way to change your perspective. What can I do? So while I was unable to speak and unable to record, and I was having to take care of myself, it's like, right, what can I do? Well, I can do little bits. I had the energy to about 2 or 3 hours of work a day. And also, I can't just do nothing unless I'm wiped out by illness. I just get so bored. When you live on your own as well, it's hard, because if there's someone there taking care of you, you go, oh, okay, this is nice. I have something else to take my time. So changing your perspective, looking at the problem and going, what can I do, rather than what am I? You get so focused on the thing you want to do but can't. Part of that is about being able to let go, and that's going to be my first midweek mindset in October, where the theme of my month for the Global Sound Circle is letting go. And the theme this month is harvest. So when you look at what you can do, when you change your perspective, well, what can I create? What can I finish? What can I tick off a different list, so that when the problem is solved, I actually also don't have this stuff. So look for other things so that you are in that focus. You might have to change what it is you are doing, but there are things that can be done. So changing your perspective is really useful, which links into my second tip for being able to find solutions when the world just seems to be throwing you problems. And that is, take a good look at the structures that you have in place. And part of that is this thing that's going wrong, is this something that tends to go wrong a lot? So for example, I'm going to use my problem because it's just easier to use an active problem. My big problem is I had a deadline, right? The 5th of October is my deadline for getting out these courses. That is part of my structure. Now, my old pattern, because I know myself well, is to be over optimistic with time and to think I can get things done quicker than they actually take. So I looked at my structure, and actually, thankfully, I have learned from my past mistakes, and I realized that time structure is one of my problems. So when I set my schedule, when I set my expectations, I allowed time for things to go wrong. Now, I know we have Alan Roberts in here this morning, and he is really hot on being able to change your mindset. And so this is when you are looking at those structures that you have in place, take a look at your structures and say, have I put in the right support? Have I put in enough time? Whatever the problem is that's coming up in your life, the solution might be in the structures. Now, thankfully, I set my time frame for these courses with extra time. So the week that I had out, I had a whole week where I just wasn't able to work on the course at all. Actually, I'd allowed time for that. So is part of your problem, especially when you get stressed, is it that you haven't allowed enough space, enough time, enough resources? Is it that you haven't done the preparation? And take a look at these structures and go, is this a recurring pattern? Now, that might not help you in the moment for that current problem, but it will the next time you're needing to create something. And also you can go, right, what can I change about my structures? What new structure do I need to put in place? That might mean changing the deadline. So part of what I did last week, which again works into next month's midweek mindset, is I looked at my structure and went, well, do I have to launch the course on the 5th of October? And the answer is no. I chose that date. Now, you may be working under someone else's structure, under someone else's deadlines, but they might be able to change the date when things come up. So if time is part of your structure problem, if that's part of the problem, this is where we come on to the final tip. You might need to ask for help. Ask to change the structure. Ask someone else their perspective. I have this problem. What can I do? So, for example, I was asking for help from the internet this morning with my tech problem, with this video that would come up and then it would stop and the sound was still going, but I had nothing to go to edit. And I kept going in and I kept trying the same thing. And we all know whether Einstein said it or not, it's a brilliant piece of advice. We can't solve the problem in the mindset that created it. And the definition of madness is doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result, which I kept doing. I kept going, no, I'll just delete this and try it from that way. So I asked for help. I went to the internet and typed in, What is this tech problem? It gave me a couple of answers. I tried them, that didn't work. And then I was like, right, Judith, what can you do? Change the structure. So I took the video out of the file that I kept going back into, going, yes, this is where it is. I moved that file to a different file, to a different folder, tried the upload again, and right at this moment, that long video is currently optimizing in my software so that I will be able to edit it. So if you've got challenges going on at the moment, if you've got a whole load of problems stacking up, whether this is in communication, if you have these problems in communication, in expressing yourself, in speaking to someone, in delivering presentations, how can you change your perspective on that situation? This is everything that I do is about changing your perspective. So what is it that you need to change your perspective on? If it's in relation to communication, it's probably what you think other people might be thinking about you. And if this is a big problem for you and you're free on Friday and Saturday, I have some spaces on my 2-day workshop, right? Come, get these new perspectives, get these new structures. So change your perspective, change your structure. Have you got the structures in place that support you? For communication, that might be physical structures. Do you actually stand properly? Are you articulating properly? Have you thought it out? Have you created a structure of what you want and need to say? Have you got clarity? That's part of your structure. If it's some other world problem, have you got the time in place, the people, the resources? Have you done the preparation? That's all part of your structure. And finally, just to recap, ask for help. Whether you are asking Google or other internet search engines are available, right? Whether you're asking the internet, whether you're going and asking in a group that you're in, whether you are picking up the phone and asking a friend, ask for help. Don't just sit there and try and battle it out on your own. And asking for help, that was my biggest life change. It's something I never used to do. But it helps. It helps you get structure. Asking for help in communication might be checking the other person's point of view, knowing what it is they need. If you're sat there trying to create a presentation for someone else, or someone has asked you to speak about something, ask, who am I speaking to? How long am I speaking for? What is it specifically that you would like me to talk about, to relate to? Ask for what you need. Ask for the information. So there we go. Those are my little midweek mindsets to help you this week on how to find solutions when the world just seems to be throwing you problems. Thank you so much to you, Carol, for your lovely comment, and John. Thank you, Alan and Munish, for being here live as well. And for those who have joined me live on Instagram, to Sarah and Rossi and Ivana. Hello, Ivana. If you have any questions, please ask me. If you have challenges with communication in any way, shape, or form, presentations, public speaking, personal communication, challenging conversations, just get in touch. Come play. I have the solutions for you. And most importantly, to those of you who are here live, please, please, please add your comments of what you do in order to find solutions when the world keeps throwing you problems, because these are just my 3 top ones. But I know you will have things that you do in order to find solutions. So put those in the comments, because lots of people, they don't like to show up, and they don't like people to know that they've been watching these things, but they will be seeing your comments, and what you say might change someone's whole world. It might give them the way in to find the solution that they're looking for today. So thank you so much for being here. We all need support. Alan is just saying, he needed support on his new mindset coaching program that he's creating. Alan has been through so much in his life. His book tells you so much of what he does, but he is also reaching out for support. So it's the strongest thing you can do. Go play, enjoy life. I am going to get back to editing that course so that I can hopefully get it to my beta testers for Thursday so that I can still do the launch on October the 5th. So very exciting stuff. Take care. See you soon. And if you have any questions, get in touch. And if you want to help and find yourself more vocal confidence, then come to my 2-day workshop on Friday and Saturday if you're available and can get to Waterloo. All details are on my website, yourwholevoice.com/events. And that's where you can also find any other ways to work with me. Okay, go. Have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye. Thank you for your other comments as well, John and Carol.